real quick, your boy Marcellus got some huge news. NGW now has a streaming app. It's called NGW Unlimited, and you will get to see every show that we've had so far, complete NGW events. You got all the way from the beginning when we first started our first ever show. So don't forget, you'll get every moment, every hard fought battle, every match, every wrestler on our roster, all the wonderful things, all the way down to your boy personally showing everything. You get every episode of NGW High Voltage. I'm saying I am so excited for all of this right now. Every episode of the podcast 100% completely free. No catch, no nothing. And all you got to do is download it on Google Play, Roku, Fire TV, Apple Store. Now, I'm going to let you guys get back to the video. Deuces.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to NGW High Voltage. I am the camera guy, and here with me is the Guido. Last about the commentary table. How you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm doing just utterly delightful. Grateful for the warm-up and, dug out. And as always, ready to talk some wrestling.
Yeah, and we already have Marcellus in the chat saying, hey, I know that guy. Yep. We start off tonight with a nice little video from Marcellus on NGW Unlimited, NGW's new streaming platform. And, we've got our little update pushed out to all the available platforms, and that is the 24/7 match stream. Have you checked that out, Guido?
I have. And, it's nice to, because you're able to recap, if you're trying to figure out what exactly to watch on NGW Unlimited, you just go, you know what? I will let the universe pick what NGW matches I'm watching, and boom. And it's like I said, it's a really great platform. Nothing really like it out there for the St. Louis independent wrestling scene, and it's and of course being absolutely free. I don't know what's tripping everybody up.
No, that's the big thing. Like you said, it's absolutely free. We created it, we own it. It's all free.
It's all ours. Sorry.
Oh, but if you haven't downloaded it yet, make sure you do so on the Android App Store, Apple App Store, Roku, and Fire TV. And we've got some other things in the works too right now.
No,
some a little bit of exclusive NGW Unlimited content.
God, I hope it's not. I hope that's not why you were following me with a camera to the subway.
No, that was for another project, Guido.
Oh.
Oh. But you know what? Like I said, we're always here to talk about wrestling too. And there's going to be a pretty good show that I'm going to be at this weekend.
Oh, exactly. Ignite's back on it this weekend. Is that right?
Yes, they are. Ignite Pro Wrestling is going to be having Crowning Excellence. And one of my favorite things about Ignite Pro Wrestling is that when you go there, they have a food truck there. And this month, they're actually going to have Gordo's hot dogs. And Gordo's was there last month, and I tell you what, they got some really good hot dogs.
And of course, folks, handshakes sold separately.
But, another big thing that's going to be happening is going to be the Crowning Excellence tournament.
Can you explain that?
Well, you know what? Why don't we have one of the participants help us out and explain that? Why don't we go ahead and bring on our guest for tonight, Savveon Ayers. Just bring him up and put you in the... There we go. How are you doing tonight, Savveon?
Hey, man. I'm doing all right. Doing all right tonight.
Are you getting ready for this weekend?
Yep. Physically and mentally.
All right. And you're actually going to be competing at Ignite in the Crowning Excellence tournament. And you're going to be going up against BP Patty Villafane. Is that right? Villafane, I'm being told. In your first round matchup. And it's going to be my first time seeing this, gentlemen. How about you?
Definitely. At least in person. You see, yesterday, just to prepare, I did do a little scouting on him in social medias. First thing I will say, he's definitely a bigger dude than I am. Younger, and he's quite decently fast too.
Huh.
So I'll definitely have my work cut out for me.
So what can you tell us about the Crowning Excellence tournament? It's my understanding is it's a single knockout tournament, same as it was last time. And everybody's competing for the crown, correct?
Correctamundo.
All right. Is there any great benefit to winning the crown that you're aware of?
If I can remember correctly, I think last time the last one who won the Crowning Excellence tournament, which I believe was Chris Cutler.
Yep.
And he was able to use that crown to get a title shot. And then give him credit where it's due. He saw an opportunity, took it, became the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, he was very successful after the crowning, after winning that crown in the tournament. I think it was actually 2 years ago was the last Crowning Excellence tournament.
Yes, it was. And fun fact about that, when I was still on the shelf, that was actually like the first Ignite show I saw was that Crowning Excellence tournament. So it's kind of like fitting and telling the fact that I'm now in this tournament for when that was my first Ignite show.
Yeah, you just recently got back in the ring. Well, for being a competitor, you've been doing referee work for a little while, and that's where I first saw you was with doing referee work, and you're an excellent referee.
Thanks. Brad Turner would say otherwise, but and I don't consider myself that good, but thanks, Alex. Thank you.
Well, there's a couple things, in my opinion, from a photographer standpoint, that make a wonderful referee. The first one is that you react to a match when you're refereeing the match. You in so many of the photos I've captured where you're refereeing, you are expressing what's happening right in front of you. And that for a referee is a very important skill to have. Because if you're just standing there like, what's going on, that doesn't make for a great shot. And the other thing that I know made you a great referee was because that you got in the way of a lot of shots.
You'll have to forgive him. He's very adamant that people stop getting in the way of his excellent shots.
Well, no, what it is, Guido, is that during pinfalls is mostly where I capture a lot of close-up shots of referees sliding in front of me. And that can tell me really quickly on a referee being good, because we're both trying to see the exact same thing. We're both trying to see the shoulders down, looking for that kick out.
Trying to be truthful. Call down the middle.
Oh, we have a question from the infamous Dardar, PYT's #1 fan, in the chat here for you. Savveon, in the future, would you want to wrestle in any... Who would you want to wrestle in any company, either dead or alive?
So basically the dream match.
Yep, the dream match.
I got so many options on top of my head. It might take me a moment to dial just three.
Right, I tell you what. How about a top three?
Okay. Okay. Well, the first one is gonna be someone who is no longer with us, and that would be Eddie Guerrero.
Excellent choice.
Yeah. I know it's weird because Eddie was way before my time and way before I got into wrestling, but every time I look at his matches to like study off him, which I highly recommend because he was that darn good. Like watch his movements, his ring presence, and just like how he connects with the crowd when he's a good or a bad guy. It's like just to me, being in the ring with someone like that would be like a huge learning experience from him, and knowing I would gain something out of that. So yeah, Eddie would be one of them if I could help it.
That'd be good. That's a good pick right there.
Well, yeah. Eddie's style is timeless.
Oh yeah,
it will work in any era.
I know that, but imagine what you could learn from him.
Yeah.
exactly, man. It's like, of course, he'd probably make like a list of things like I could improve on, or things I did good, probably things I did bad. But it's still like learning from him and things I could probably get better at. I'd be so thrilled and honored.
Yeah. Well, I listened to an interview once. I think it was with Chris Jericho. And he said that he had a match with Eddie once, and in the interview, Jericho said that he messed up a spot or something like that, and then at the end after the match was done, they went to the back, and Eddie told Jericho exactly how he messed up, and then he told Jericho, if you go and do 50 Hindu squats, you won't mess that up.
I think because I remember he and I don't know everybody's feelings on this guy. I remember after a match where they both felt they didn't do their best, Jericho and Benoit were in the back. I think they did about 100 hack squats.
Oh.
I remember when I did squats for fun, I only did around 25 in my leg or so. Around 100, I'd be on the ground all day.
Oh.
Yeah. As my friend would say, they'd have to get you out of bed with the forklift.
Yeah.
So you just say, Eddie was from before your time, before you even really got into wrestling. How did you get into wrestling?
This is actually kind of a funny story. Like did you guys ever had a bedtime growing up where you had to go to sleep, TV off, lights off, everything?
Yep.
I didn't have a TV until I was 20.
That's exactly what it was like for me in 2009. Like before then, I was more of a if I was a fan of anything, it was just Marvel. Like superheroes, I had many of the DVDs. I was definitely an X-Men fan as well. So that was all I had going for me. And one day, and by the way, I forgot to mention, I also hate going to bed around 9 because I still had a decent amount of energy around and I still want to watch TV. So one day, I think it was either around November or December 2009. It was once again about the bedtime, and I am just scrambling the TV in me and my brother's room, thinking I don't want to go to bed. I want something to watch. I'm just flickering through channels, and then one of the channels I tuned into was Monday Night Raw, and I gotta remember this for sure. The first match I saw was something involving Jack Swagger, but that didn't last long. We went straight to the end. But then, this was the match I saw that got me hooked. It was Legacy, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Ted DiBiase versus Mark Henry, Evan Bourne or MVP. I got to look back to make sure. And Kofi Kingston. And I didn't know why at the time.
Oh yeah, that
Rather
was Kofi's best year.
That is until 10
I
years
will
later.
challenge you on that.
Well, I don't know if you remember the time machine spot that the New Day did, and it said,
Sadly,
"No,
yes.
we gotta go back further." And Kofi said, "No, 2009 was my best year."
Yeah, but
Anyway.
it was also before Kofi Mania.
Well, yeah. Look, up until then, 2009 was the best year.
Okay.
Anyways, my autistic brain didn't know why, was just like so interested in Kofi. Like, he got my attention. Probably because like the locks, the look, the way he wrestled, like he was doing this big high flying, jumping around, and I got fascinated. And even though after his match, I was like, I want to keep watching this. And my mom saw how infatuated I was with it, and she said, you know what? You can keep watching. And then, how do you know this? And then when I caught on again, it literally became like my weekly tradition, watching Monday Night Raw, and eventually SmackDown every chance I got. To now, it got to the point where, because my mom saw how interested I was in it, she went, you know what? You can stay up past your bedtime if you're watching wrestling. Just like that, I've been watching it ever since, and slowly but surely became a big fan.
And
Yeah,
and to be
Claire
honest,
Castle, Ignite Women Commissioner, saying Kofi had so much energy at that time. He was magnetic.
Oh, he was.
and that's the thing. I think I don't because sometimes, you know, when we think about wrestling, you know, we're thinking about the memories, like, you know, we like what got us into wrestling. Um, I remember my dad taking me to my first wrestling event, which was in my hometown, little Chicago. Um, One of the first wrestlers I ever saw live was Christopher Daniels with hair.
Dude, that is so cool.
Oh yeah, this was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, but just you talk about your mom. It's, you know, because not only the memory you had about wrestling, it's a memory with family. And
So how do you wind up stepping foot in the ring?
This was another interesting story, and it has so many twists and turns. But here we go. When I was a junior year in high school, about to head of my senior year, I worked a summer job with the goal of saving money up for a pro wrestling school. And one day, I was on Google looking up schools to prepare myself. And at the time, I saw a school in St. Louis, because it was the only thing that appeared in Google when I researched wrestling schools near me. And theirs was $100 a month. So that was one of my biggest motivations for working that high school summer job, was to save money to eventually go there. Of course, being the delusional teenager I was, I didn't take account for housing, bills, groceries. But hey, I was eager. So doing that, and with the mindset of preparing myself, I signed up for cross country, you know, because I figured that was a way to build my cardio. Then when I got into it, my mom's boyfriend literally said, "Hey, did you know there was a wrestling school in this area near Marion?" I was like, "What?" and then I did research, and then when I saw that it was real and it was good, I was like, "Darn it!" Because now I found myself like, "Darn it! I have to be in this sport for 3 whole months while I could be in pro wrestling training potentially." Because I already had my mind set up, like I was gonna do it, rather before I graduated or even during my senior year. Like I was gonna do it. I had my mind made up. So like my whole mood throughout that cross country season was, I want to get this over with. I want to get this over with. I want to get this over with. And the school, which is Stride Pro Wrestling, by the way, definitely were hesitant to take me at first because I was 17 at the time. But they were able to talk to my parents, and we worked something out. I ended up joining them like as soon as cross country was over. Like literally, the second it was done, I completed my last race. I literally went on a message, "When is the soonest I can go to training?" Yeah, I was eager.
No, I can totally understand. I mean, most people want a year of high school to hurry up because they just want to move on with their lives. But you had that you were dead set on that goal. And
Oh, dead set. Because, like I said, I had my mind made up that what I was gonna do with my life. And like I said, with St. Louis, I thought that was gonna be the original goal. But then as soon as I discovered there was a school nearby, I was like, now never. Gotta do there.
Yeah. Oh, we got a question for you from Justin Savage asking, who is your favorite opponent so far? Also, someone you have yet to face but would like to, independent or signed.
My favorite opponent? My favorite opponent would be Bad Boy Brad Turner. Mainly because with me and him, because we trained around the same time, even though he's been around like a few months before me. And every time we have a match in the ring, I definitely feel like bringing my best. Because, man, it's like we bounce off each other in so many good ways. And we literally like bring the best out of ourselves in the matches. So yeah, Brad Turner is definitely my favorite. And I love beating him up too.
well, yeah,
You got to enjoy that part of it.
Oh, definitely.
Clearcast is saying you guys have had some great matches. I have to agree with that.
Oh, yes, we have. And
so I gotta ask, we talked about your training, but I also want to hear about your first match. Everybody remembers their first.
In Stride Pro Wrestling, they did this thing known as teacher matches, where they had a bunch of guys, mostly trainees, go up against teachers in that school show. And that was my first wrestling match. I was the quote-unquote young boy in the RWO, aka the Redneck World Order at the time, wrestling against West Frankfurt teachers. And I remember that night I had to borrow a pair of tights from another wrestler and just got a cheap white T-shirt with just RWO written by like a black Sharpie, and I ended up wearing like a black bandana over my head back when I had locks.
I think that's everybody's first piece of merchandise is a white T-shirt with white T-shirt and a Sharpie.
So I ain't the first. But yeah. And to say I got thrown around was an understatement. Dude, I got absolutely destroyed. Slammed, tossed. And I have a good time. But it was a memorable night for me.
Kind of reminds me of one of the guys that helped break me into the business. How his training went. Which is basically just getting the holy heck beat out of him by his trainer. It was a different time then.
We have Peggy Bender in the chat. Hi, Peggy.
Hey, Peggy.
Member
Hello,
of
Peggy.
the Independent St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame. And we have a question for you from Dar saying, would you ever want to come to NGW in the future?
Never say never. You never know. I might pop up on occasion. So definitely keep a lookout.
Well, I know some members of the board of directors are usually keep an eye on this show, so it could definitely a phone call could definitely be coming your way, especially seeing how far you go in the Crowning Excellence tournament.
And let's see, I've seen you wrestle at Ignite. I've seen you, and I've also seen that you've wrestled at No Fold. Where else have you wrestled at recently?
Recently, because I'm in the stage of still getting my feet wet, it's mainly been those two places. Even though, granted, I think last year around December, November, I did wrestle at Midwest Throwdown.
Yes.
Against Peyton Ayers, which we are cousins, we are not brothers. Despite
I was waiting for no relation.
that was a heck of a match.
That part still makes me laugh and die hard. This is Agent Johnson. Once it's Agent Johnson, this is Special Agent Johnson. No relation.
So, how would you describe your wrestling style?
Wow, I'm still trying to like find my way again. I would, if I had to lean towards anything, I would say more of a like never say die style, because like obviously considering my size, I'm never gonna like lift anyone else for like a power bomb or a Death Valley driver, but if you keep hitting at me, I'll hit back. If I can out invade you, I'll out invade you, and I could definitely hit you with a top rope attack if I have to. So it may be the basic little guy style, but I definitely got some surprises up my sleeve.
Okay, well, kind of on that same vein, what wrestlers have kind of inspired your in-ring style?
Weirdly, it would be like the American High Flyers, people like Kofi Kingston, John Morrison, Jeff Hardy, but I get my never say die, give up spirit from Japan guys. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Tetsuya Naito, and Hiromu Takahashi. And Kota Ibushi, add him to the list.
Just busted out all the Japanese greats, aren't you?
If you just said Ricky Gozen, I think I'd have flipped my lid. And for those of you who don't know, look it up.
We have Justice Savage asking, what are your goals in wrestling for 2026?
My goals? Well, for one thing, what I would like to do is, well, I would like to actually hit someone with a chair because that's something I never did in the past 3 years.
It feels good, let me tell you.
Yeah, I want to clobber somebody with a chair. That's a goal.
Dude,
But
I've done a Van Daminator. Believe me, it does feel good. that was a long time ago when I was had a lot more energy and a lot less pain. So,
and basically, because this will be 2026 will be the year I am fully back. I definitely just want to try to make sure I live it more, try to do things I haven't done in 3 years, and try new things.
We have Curtis Payne, the chairman of PYT, saying, "Don't try to steal my gimmick, Junior." Man, you haven't even stepped foot in NGW and you're already making enemies with PYT.
yeah, like that's hard, dude.
Sorry, man.
No, don't apologize to him. Just watch out if they ever invite you to a pool party.
Got it.
You'll have to bring the bolt cutters.
So you said you haven't hit someone with a chair yet. What matches have you been involved? What match types have you been involved in?
Including the past 3 years of my career before I got injured, and now I have done some, other than the basic singles, tag team, multi-man matches. I've only done like the no DQ matches on like a Viewcation, and I have been in a chain match with Axe Allward, which I won, by the way.
Really?
Now, what kind of chain match? Are you talking like a dog collar match, or you just had chain as well? Oh, okay. So like a strap match with chain instead of leather.
Yep.
Why do I have a feeling that's worse?
That sounds so much worse. Was it what type of rule set was it? Was it pinfall submission rule set, or was it 4 corners?
I think it was pinfall submission.
Okay. So you haven't been in a table match or a cage match?
That is another thing I would like to do. Definitely something with a table. 1 point 2026, if I could help it. Granted, my folks would be scared, but I'd like to do it.
Do you want to do a cage match or a ladder match?
Oh, definitely a ladder match.
Definitely. Yeah. You know, that's one of the things. Whenever I bring up a ladder match to somebody who's never been involved in a ladder match, they're like, "Oh yeah, that right there. That's what I want to do." And I'm like, the only thing I can think of when there's a ladder match, I'm like, I don't like heights.
Well, I would initially be like partly nervous getting up a ladder, but I would just do it anyway because in the past and anywhere I see a ladder, I always get the urge to jump, and I always get the thought in my head, what would it be like to jump off? So doing a ladder match, it'd be like finally getting to answer that question. So yeah, I would definitely like to do one.
I have heard that answer from somebody else before. It's like every time he goes to a building, he's like, I'm jumping off that. I'm jumping off that. So I'm assuming you kind of have that that same thought process.
I won't say not completely, but you never know. If I do the ladder thing and that goes well and I love it, I might be that guy.
I've never felt so alive. I think I broke my leg.
Dumb.
You know what's something I haven't seen in a really long time? The scaffold
that?
match.
I think there's a reason for that, Guido.
There probably is. And Jim Cornette will tell you about it, but
I mean,
something we haven't
I
seen.
think the last company I saw do a scaffold match was TNA.
Mid 2000s.
Yeah. The last one I can think of was a scaffold match. It was when they were in the 6-sided ring.
Are you talking about like the Elevation X match?
Yeah.
That's
what it was.
Because that's along the same lines. Yeah. I mean, New Jack damn near killed a guy in one, but
Yeah. How about a pole match?
A pole match?
Yeah.
the Blanco pole match.
Anything on a pole match. Vince Russo ruined those back in the 90s.
Anything on a pole?
As soon as you said on a pole match, I just instantly thought of that Viagra on a pole match back in WCW 2000.
Yeah. That's what killed it.
Like,
That and Judy Bagwell on a pole. She was actually on a forklift, but
like
Rest in peace.
I
Judy.
just see those matches as so nonsensical and silly, but at the same time, it'd be so ridiculous. It'd be fun to be a part of. So yeah, I'd be open to that. I'm just not about open to any kind of match, no matter how odd or weird it is.
all right, so way back. Again, this was either the late 90s or early 2000s when WCW was still around. There was one on a pole match that I absolutely loved. And it was because when you have a pole match, I really think that you should lean into the silliness of it. Because a pole match is just a silly concept. You need to lean into the silliness of it. And there was a pole match in WCW, and there was a team. It was a stable called 3 Count.
Okay,
Shane Helm
you just lost
was
me.
a part of 3 Count. Okay, and they were a boy band wrestling group. Okay,
This
If
was,
I'm correct.
this was the late 90s, 2000s. You could do that sort of thing.
yeah, and they had a recording contract on a pole match against a guy called Tank Abbott, who was an MMA fighter.
I think I heard about this one.
And this match, it was just ludicrous and silly, and nobody in this match took it seriously. And they were just after what type of silly hijinks can we do? And that was probably the best on a pole match that I've ever seen because they just leaned into the silliness of it. It's just this group of singing boy band wrestlers.
That's why they're glad it was Tank Abbott and not Don Fry. Don Fry to rip the pole off and beat him with it.
The best thing is that Tank Abbott was trying to join them. You have this big burly MMA fighter guy with a really long beard trying to join 3 Count. It was the silliest thing in the world, but it was great. But I love silly like that, stuff like that.
You gotta have balance.
I do want my camera on a pole match with Donde Savage. I really do. Because Donde thinks he's the camera guy, but he's not the camera guy. I'm the camera guy. We need to do something to decide finally who the real camera guy is.
I'd watch.
And Damian Blade has half of the MMWA locker room thinking that I'm Donde Estoy now.
Only half?
Yeah, about half. There's some that I've been able to convince I am not Donde Estoy. I mean, we've been in the same room together. But anyway, so Savveon, what is your favorite wrestling maneuver to perform?
My favorite to perform. It's a it's a simple move, but even though I got to work on it, it would be the drop kick. If I got this wrong, I apologize. But wasn't there like a Bruce Lee quote saying, "I don't fear the man who practiced 10,000 kicks one time. I fear the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times."
Nope, you're dead on.
Along that lines, I feel like with the drop kick, like depending with how I do and how I perform it, I'm definitely not saying my drop kick is nowhere near the best around. But just when I do it, it's like that's one of the moves where I know I'm putting my full best into it and seeing how good it looks, seeing how the crowd reacts. I feel like it's a measure of my performance. And even though it's not as good as it was years ago, I use that as a measuring stick. Like if I found the drop kick good, then I think my performance was good along those lines.
Yeah. If you're looking to improve your drop kick, watch early Randy Orton or most Kazuchika Okada.
Oh, definitely Kazuchika Okada. I'll definitely keep an eye on Randy Orton.
Like early Randy
Joe
Orton, his drop kick was beautiful.
You know who has a surprisingly good drop kick? I'm sure you've seen it. Bud Gallows.
Oh, Bud Gallows.
He gets some height on his drop kicks.
He does. I just haven't seen him perform drop kicks many often, but
when he pulls it out, it's good.
The guy's full of surprises, though.
Yeah, he's unpredictable. Is the best way to put it. We had him on last week. So, what is your favorite move to be on the receiving end of?
Honestly, even though I prefer not to be on the receiving end of any move because that increased my chance of losing the match, if I were to say the most impressive thing I've ever taken, it would be the package pile driver.
Ooh.
I walked away after that. Like,
was that Axe again?
No, it was actually like months before I got injured and went on the shelf for 3 years. It was actually against Stonewall and Anafight Undergrad at the time, where he had me in the package pile driver, which weirdly enough, I remember being upside down. And have you seen Stonewall before?
I have not. Guido?
Big guy.
Well, if you're calling yourself Stonewall, yeah, that's going to be a big dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big guy, wrestles for in Kentucky, Indiana area.
Okay.
Point is, when he had me up there, even though I was thinking, "Oh no, this is gonna hurt," my second thought was, unique view," and then that all went away as soon as he.
Unique view.
Because I've obviously been upside down, but to be lifted up while upside down, it was a unique experience, let's say.
But package pile driver, it's definitely in that category of bad ride, worse landing.
I just love that your brain went, this is new. All right. So to turn around on that, what is your least favorite maneuver to take?
The package.
My least. Sorry, I got to really think about this one. The one that gets me nervous, because that was actually the move that first started this injury, even though I haven't taken it, just the word of it gets me nervous. It'd be the choke slam.
My money was on the burning hammer.
Not yet. I have not taken that yet.
I don't recommend it.
But yeah, with the choke slam, I remember it happened when I was in Tennessee. It was one of my third or fourth trip down there. I took the guy lifted me up for a choke slam, and he slammed me in a weird way, and out of instincts, I threw down my arm first. And as soon as I landed, I immediately felt something wrong with my shoulder. And it just was not the same sense. So now you can say I got a little bit of trauma from that move.
Oh. And I put you on the show for 3 years.
Yeah, but it wasn't actually the choke slam first, because even though I knew it was messed up a bit, like an idiot I just kept going, wrestled a few more months after that. And you'll never believe this. The move that officially caused my dislocation and knocked me on the shelf was a simple, hair slam. The trick where wrestlers go for a back body drop and the other wrestler grabs their head and just slams them back?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened to me. And it was in the same place, Tennessee, but it was a different guy. I remember when he threw me back and I took that bump, I remember hearing I went, what? And then when I went to go kick out, I was thinking, what the heck? I can't move my arm. My right arm was my kick out arm. What's going on? And then when I tried to get up, I was like, okay, something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. That was a night I'm never going to forget.
That's something that I've heard so many times from so many different wrestlers who've had long injuries, like Shalonce and others, is that when you ask them, well, how did this injury happen? Every single time it always starts with, well, it was the simplest move. Very rarely will you hear, oh, I was doing the craziest thing you could think of in the ring.
Really goes to show.
It's never. I was doing an inverted 450 into a Phoenix splash, on the outside to landing in the third row. No, I just took a simple clothesline and I was out for 6 months.
Or if you're Vince McMahon, you're sliding into the ring because the end of the Royal Rumble got screwed up and you tear both your quads.
Yeah.
And another man, poor Shane McMahon, which I feel bad for, trying to do a leapfrog and then Dicky tore his quad.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's bodies are weird. It's it'll survive this or survive that, but that one simple thing, it would be nope, I'm done.
Well, that's why, it doesn't matter who you are, before you do anything strenuous, one of the most important things is to stretch.
Definitely. Yes.
That can save your ass so much.
Definitely.
So, dang it, Savage beat me to the Kevin Nash tearing a quad joke.
Or if you're Kevin Nash, you walk across the ring and tear a quad.
Dude, he can sneeze and tear a quad these days.
So did you go through physical therapy and everything after that?
Oh God, yes. It's I went through one round of physical therapy. I was okay around the 5 or 6 month mark. Then, like an idiot that I am, I rushed back into it way too soon. And after a simple arm drag, I dislocated that same shoulder. And that's when I had to go get surgery.
Oh. Well, do it.
Yep. So that's another lesson learned. Take things slowly and do not rush.
But speaking of physical therapy, though, we have another type of a therapy that we like to do here on High Voltage, and that is shock therapy. Now, for anybody new, the way that shock therapy works is we are going to ask our guest a series of 3 multiple choice questions. If they get 2 out of the 3 questions right, they will win a prize, which will be a signed poster at the next NGW show. And tonight, Savveon, you're actually going to be playing for the infamous Dardar. So you just have to get 2 out of these 3 questions right.
Gotcha.
And we like to try to tailor our questions to our guests as much as we can. And considering that this weekend you're going to be competing in the Crowning Excellence Tournament, we figured it would be most appropriate to ask you questions about crowns.
Let's do this.
Are you ready, sir?
Ready.
All right. Your first question. What is the main purpose of a royal crown? Is it A, to show who the ruler is during official ceremonies? B, to hide a bad haircut caused by medieval barbers? C, to double as a portable bird-sized landing zone? Or D, to remind everyone nearby that neck pain is temporary?
Now, as far as the birds, are those African or European swallows, camera guy?
Well, that depends. Are they coconut laden?
That is that's a good. I'm asking for the clarification for you, but okay, but
my answer would be A.
You've chosen A, to show who the ruler is during official ceremonies, and you are correct.
I'm not gonna lie though, just for laughs, part of me just did want to say the bird one or the bad haircut, just for laughs.
Yeah.
I mean, the original crown was probably because of a bad haircut. You never know.
Yep. You get the crown, you get the scepter, and the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
All right. Well, you have 1 question answered correctly. You still have 2 to go. Are you ready for question number 2?
Let's rock it.
All right. Question 2. Which of these materials is actually used in real royal crowns? Is it A, melted enemy swords for intimidation? B, solid gold and precious gemstones? C, whatever metal was cheapest that year? Or D, it's really plastic painted gold but yelled at until it looks real?
I'm gonna go with B, because I'd be thinking if you want to show royalty, you would want like the highest material showcasing that.
All right, you're going with B, solid gold and precious gemstones, and you are correct.
Yeah, the melted enemy swords. That's what you make thrones out of.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Hey, you never know. Someone out there probably tried that, I believe.
And whatever the cheapest metal was that year, that's what we make our Yugos out of.
They still make Yugos?
I don't know. The best thing about a Yugo is you say you go, but no, you don't. All right. You have successfully answered 2 out of the 3 questions correctly, so you have won that signed poster for the infamous Dardar. But we still have 1 more question in the chamber if you want to give it a shot.
What the heck? I'll do it for fun.
All right. And question 3. What happens to most royal crowns when they're not being worn? Are they A, locked away in high security vaults? B, they're used as very aggressive salad bowls? C, they're passed around so everyone can feel royal for a minute? Or D, they're placed on mannequins to scare intruders?
I'm gonna go with A.
Go with A, they're locked away in high security vaults. And you are correct. They are locked away in high security vaults.
Like the first question, I was so tempted just to go with the aggressive salad bowl. It shows I got 2 right, but my straight A school instincts kicked in and said, no, go with the right answer. You know, it would be a sight to see crowns used as an aggressive salad bowl.
Especially if it's a crown made of melted enemy swords.
Yes.
Well, personally, I use mine as a mortar and pestle to grind my spices.
But you got all 3 correct, and you did win that signed poster. So congratulations to the infamous Dardar. Congratulations, Savveon, for winning tonight.
Thank you.
Now let's hope that you can carry this momentum into Saturday.
Like I said earlier, definitely know I got a challenge awaiting me, but I'm looking forward to it. Like pulling off surprises.
Like I said,
well, I mean, you win the first match, then you get a second match. You win the second match, then you're the third match. You have potential of wrestling 3 matches that night.
I've pulled double duty before, wrestling 2 matches, but 3 matches, that's definitely going to be a first if it comes to it.
Now, let me ask you this. So you're looking at the potential of wrestling 3 matches in one night. Are you going to go full bore that first match? Are you going to hold something back? Or?
With my opponent, Patty Villafane, like I said, big dude, young, probably hungry. I can imagine I cannot take him lightly. I'm going to give him my all. And with my opponents, potentially either being Dexter Roswell, Zach Sawyer, Carter Riley, another new guy, Barkin, I believe.
Baraka.
Correct me. Baraka. C.W. Graves and Clayton Clark. I have faced Dexter Zach before, so I definitely know I can handle them even if I'm not fully 100%. The others will be interesting challenge, but like I said, I like challenges, and I think I can pull it off.
Yeah, I not gonna lie, I really want to see you go up against Carter Riley.
That would be an interesting matchup.
I think that'd be great.
When I first started training with Ignite after my injury to get back in the groove, one of the people I was so impressed with when the Ignite opened their training school was indeed Carter Riley. Seeing him reminded me of myself, always smiling, happy, but yet still putting in the work. Definitely impressed with the guy.
And Carter's made quite the impression at Ignite, and he's also been hanging around NGW too with his mentor Dexter Roswell.
Going places.
But I definitely wish you the best of luck this weekend, Savveon. I'll be there to capture every shot that I can get of you.
And hopefully I won't be in the way of a good shot this time.
No, you'll be the subject of good shots. Just don't kick the camera guy.
Gotcha. I will avoid
it. It's a little miffed when you do that.
Won't make any promises, but I'll try my best.
No. Again,
Savveon, I want to thank you for joining us here, Savveon.
Yep. And again, best of luck to you this Saturday.
Yep.
Thanks, Guido. Thanks, camera guy. Thank you guys for having me.
Yep. Have a good one. Thanks, sir.
You too.
I'm looking forward to this weekend, Guido.
It sounds like it's going to be an excellent tournament. I mean, the caliber of talent within it. I think it's one of those anyone can win situations.
Yeah, let's look at the card here. We've got in the first round matchup, we've got Baracco going up against Carter Riley. I've seen Baracco a couple of times, a couple different promotions. Carter Riley has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just by the look of Baracco, he's like a rough and tumble dude.
He's a little bit of a mean son of a gun, I can tell you that much.
Yep. Definitely Carter Riley's going to have his hands full.
Yeah. And then we have Clayton Clark going up against CW Graves. Now, last month down at Ignite, Clayton and CW were actually in a tag team. CW got sprayed by some hairspray thanks to Logan Ridge, got blinded there, and wound up delivering a big boot to Clayton Clark. So they're not exactly on the friendliest of terms right now.
Well, I mean, the thing is, anyway you slice it, they're not going to be the friendliest of terms because, like I said, especially with what is on the line here.
Yeah. And we're also going to be seeing Dexter going up against Zach Sawyer. And, Zach Sawyer and Dexter have a little bit of a history going into this one, too. Zach kind of had an altercation with Dexter last month.
So it's not. I mean, these tournaments. The way this first round's looking, it looks like some of these. There's going to be some bad blood, some issues that are going to be that are needing to be settled, and this will be the perfect way to do it, and then be able to move on to get into the semifinals and the finals.
Well, this is wrestling, so I don't think one match is going to settle anything.
True, but a match does go a long way in that.
Yeah. All right, and then we also have BPP Patty Villafane going up against our guest tonight, Savveon Ayers. Yeah, and this will be my first time seeing Patty Villafane in action, but Savveon said he's young, he's hungry, so this could be an interesting one.
It could be a very interesting one. I mean, Savveon coming back from injury to get in this tournament, this is going to be quite the test for him.
Oh, yes. And then we're going to be seeing the Ignite Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion Logan Ridge going up against Slade Porter. This is going to be an interesting one. Slade, I really like Slade. He's an investigator. He always seems to have his pulse on what's really going on.
Well, hopefully he'll be able to solve the mystery of how to beat Logan Ridge for the Ignite Championship.
It looks like Logan's going into this solo, though. He's usually been seen hanging around with the boys, but he won't have some boy backup.
Just to be some backup from a tag team known as the Boys, right?
Yeah. He always needs to back up from his boys.
Okay. All right.
And then we're also going to be hearing from Lycan, who is going to be addressing her future after her victory last month in the hair versus hair match against Serena Black.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we know Lycan's on the come up. She's been making her strides in Ignite. Recently debuted and won against the NGW Women's Champion. Granted, it was via count out.
Hey, it's still a win.
Oh yeah,
it's a win against a reigning defending champion.
But unfortunately, it's a situation where you don't get to take the belt with you.
Yes, because unfortunately, titles only change hands on pinfall or submission.
I mean, look, not that I'm saying that any of these ladies have physical issues, but I'm pretty sure Lycan wanted to put Lexi Green on the championship diet.
Oh yes, most definitely.
Do I have to explain that one to the fans at home?
No.
It's where you lose 10 pounds in 3 seconds.
No, it's when you lose 10 pounds in squirrel seconds.
No. Because squirrel doesn't count. That breaks the count.
Oh, okay. But it goes 1-2 squirrel. That's what Scott always told me.
No, that's
He's even
because
got a whole website
because he
about
got
it.
distracted by the squirrel. We love you, Scott.
But love you, miss you, Scott. I'm sure he's probably watching. If he's not watching right now, he's probably going to watch later. But I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight. I definitely want to give a special thank you to our sponsors, Nick's Home Decor, Needful Things Boutique in Muscoota, Illinois, the Ringside Buffet out in Mount Vernon, Illinois, which I hear they're having a Valentine's Day special next week. So if you're out there in Mount Vernon, go out to the Ringside Buffet for the Valentine's Day special. ATS Collectibles down in Smithton. And we have a new special partnership for NGW High Voltage. And we want to give a shout out and a thanks to the Dr. Dallas Show, premiering this Sunday at 7 p.m.
Well, I mean, we had the announcement for Dr. Dallas's show here on High Voltage. It was unfortunately while you were ill. Miss Claire Castle and I were able to help Dr. Dallas bring that up, and we're looking forward to the Doctor of Decadence bringing his unique take on professional wrestling to the airways wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, it'll be great. I can promise you that. And everybody, make sure that you give us a share, subscribe, big old elbow drop on that like button. Make sure you ring that wrestling bell, get notified of when anything new goes up. And of course, make sure that you download NGW Unlimited on the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, Roku, and Fire TV. Anything else, Guido?
Not that I could think of. Of course, you could join our guy in Carterville this Saturday for Ignite Pro Wrestling Crowning Excellence. Advance tickets are available? Is there a wait for advance tickets?
Just reach out to them on Facebook.
Okay.
All right. And thank you again, everybody, for joining us. And we will see you here again next week.